For the next few days until the 23rd of August, all of my astrological services are available at a 15% discount using the code 15 in all uppercase letters at the link you'll see above. So even if we don't like something, but we're familiar with it, we become accustomed to having it around. And sometimes we don't even know how to behave without the presence of that specific thing in our lives. And that can be a real pain in the you-know-what when we've been dealing with a situation that's been filled with setbacks, hardship, and resistance. It's like when the brakes come off, we're so used to the brakes being on that we apply the brakes ourselves when there's not really any need to. Now, as you're in the midst of this transit of Mars through Hasta Nakshatra, which starts on the 27th of August, and I'm saying you're in the midst of it for those people who are watching it in the midst of it. Who would have thought? As you're in the midst of this transit, you're beginning to find yourself in a position where momentum is gathering in the direction of progress, in a manner in which you have wanted it to begin to move. But you're not fully comfortable with that. Something in your mind goes, I don't know if I can really trust this progress. I've had setback after setback. I know that right around that corner is going to be that that's going to jump out and kind of stop me. And I'm so tired of that maybe I'll just stop myself. Maybe I just won't have the progress that I've wanted for so long. Maybe I'll just let myself sit and stew in the things that I don't want to do rather than move in the direction of something that I'm wanting to accomplish. Now, of course, you're not going to do the latter, but you're subconsciously doing the latter, perhaps, and you're not even aware of it. But at the same time, something about your approach to a minute level is somewhat helpful. Because also, when the brakes have been on for a long period of time and they begin to release, if we've been building up that head of steam or that, putting our foot on the accelerator pedal, we can zoom off faster than perhaps we might, might be helpful for us. So there is a need to find a balance. But sometimes in the process of trying to find a balance, we swing from one side of the pendulum to the other. We go in the direction of being completely reserved and not really accomplishing anything and holding ourselves back and going, one of these days I'm going to do that. One of these days I'm going to do that, until one day becomes someday and then becomes never, and then you never did it. Or we go in the other direction of going, okay, I have to do everything now while the progress is there and while the opportunity is there to make sure that things can happen. And I have to go 100 quadrillion zillion miles an hour in order to make sure that it happens. And that's a little too much as well, right? So you don't want to compensate too far in the other direction, but you need to set yourself loose to do the things that need to be done. So as we're dealing with this transit of Mars through Hasta Nakshatra, Hasta deals with the hands. And Hasta is quite often associated with the concept of manifestation. So the idea with this energy of manifestation isn't that you can make anything that you want happen at any time that you want it to. It's about being open. It's about co-creating. It's about allowing things to be done through you whilst at the same time you're taking action. Now, at the same time, as I was just saying, we've got Ketu and Chitra Nakshatra in close proximity to Mars. And you've got Saturn forming an aspect to Mars from Shatabhishak Nakshatra. So this is bringing up simultaneously a healing crisis in regards to those fears that have been present before and how you got into a position where you were feeling somewhat disenchanted with the situation and the resistance that you're facing and the emotional hardship that you felt as a result. And because of that wound of the emotional hardship, it's got you kind of holding back. But at the same time, because Chitra Nakshatra is connected to tiger energy, right? And that energy wants to perhaps explode in a ferocious manner. Mars is connected to buffalo energy. Think of how buffalo are. Once they get started and the momentum moves in a certain direction, it's hard for them to stop. It's hard for them to slow down. So there's a ferocity to this energy, which is why one part of your psyche is going, hold back, be careful, don't go too far, too fast, but yet there's a sense of urgency and I need to get things done quickly. So you got to find the balance point. And the balance point between those two things is allowing things to unfold slowly, but taking advantage of the momentum that is actually there for you. Practice patience and tact with the situation that is slowly unfolding, with a solution that is opening up for you. That's going to do it for this look at Mars's transit through Hasta Nakshatra. Only to say, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to work more positively with this energy yourself, please feel free to schedule in one of my astrological services. If you do that before the 23rd of August, you get a 15% discount using the code 15 that you'll see at the link above. That's going to do it until next time. Please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.